Hello everybody, welcome to Bad Big Games. I'm your host Joseph, and today we're going to talk about PlayerUnkown Battlegrounds possibly heading to the PlayStation 4 and its exclusive deal with Microsoft, what this means between their relationship and where PlayerUnkown Battlegrounds finds themselves in the middle of. So with that, let's talk about it. PlayerUnkown Battlegrounds. It seems like every week we're talking about a story about this game because it's so popular. Right now, it is the most popular game this year. It's what people is talking about ever since March, right? This game has lit a fire under all gamers. It's on the tip of our tongues. So it made a lot of sense when Microsoft picked up PUBG back at the E3 announcement. We were pretty excited because right now, 12 million units sold on the PC ain't bad. Imagine what it can do on console. And it was an excuse to now buy an Xbox for the first time in a very long time. But the one thing Microsoft was always shaky on was, is this a true exclusive? Because we saw it in the past with Tomb Raider. We saw it in the past with what is it, Dead Rising 4. These games that were exclusive, but Xbox would always play around with the terminology, and then 9 months later you see it get announced on the PlayStation brand. And it seems like that is the case, though Microsoft is helping the development of PUBG onto their console. This is not a true exclusive. PUBG is at the moment in talks of bringing the game over to the PlayStation 4 sometime next year. But here's a really clever thing at this very moment. They're also in talks with Microsoft about prolonging the exclusive deal with Microsoft somewhere between mid 18 or later. So it's incredibly fascinating. You see this game being really popular. You're seeing now clones starting to pop up like Fortnite. You would think that would put a person like PlayerUnknown's to put out their game on all platforms ASAP. You see that it's the total opposite. So what does this mean for Microsoft? Well, it means yes, they are going to go out to Sony and see if they can strike a deal with Sony. But this also means that you could still market this game as an exclusive to Xbox this holiday season. Unlike Tomb Raider, unlike Dead Rising 4, where there wasn't this at least this wind of support at the back of both of these games, those games died because they didn't have that support. Tomb Raider came out about a week or a few days after Fallout 4 did. You had Dead Rising come out in the middle of December, a usual dry month for games where people are just already going out there and buying all their holiday games, and they're kind of forgetting anything else that comes out. It was kind of just left there to die. So when you see PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds, though it is a timed exclusive by all means, you have this wind at its back because it's the most popular game at this very moment. It's what people are talking about. It's what people want to experience. And when you have this new console coming out with this game somewhere alongside of it, people are excited to test this out and to see what this game is like on your console. It is way easier to justify a $300 purchase than going out there and making a high-end PC yourself to go and play this game, right? So for people, for the average consumer, they're looking at the Xbox now for the first time going, well, you know what? It has PUBG, and sure, the PlayStation will have it as well. But when I look at 2018, I'm seeing now all these games that are lined up for the Microsoft brand, like Sea of Thieves, like Crackdown, like State of Decay 2, and you're going to yourself, okay, well, maybe I'm willing to make that purchase. People are now purchasing their second consoles, their console to play when they're not playing their PlayStation or not playing their Nintendo. They're looking for something else alongside as a complimentary purchase. And I think this is a good sale still for Microsoft. This is still a good have. And so to extend, and why extend an exclusive deal with Microsoft is easy. Microsoft's willing to do the deal, right? Microsoft is willing to do anything to get your game, and as long as they can have that game so that Sony doesn't have it. Sony's not willing to really negotiate because they've been burned by indie developers before. You saw that with No Man's Sky. Sony poured money and poured development teams onto that game, and when the game came out, sure, it sold well the first day, but critically got panned. And again, it had to rebuild itself over the past year, but nonetheless, Sony was burned by that. So I don't think they're willing to go out there and say, listen, we want your game so bad, come to us. I think their argument is, we're 60 million strong, you come to me, right? It's not like, they're not willing to help pay for the development team, but I don't think they're as enthusiastic to pay as someone like Microsoft is, where they're saying, okay, listen, you want water assets? Here, we'll give you all the water you want. Sea of Thieves, look at their textures. The water is brilliant. Here, put it in your game. Hey, you need some more developers? Here, have a few on us, right? Microsoft's willing to bend, where I think Sony isn't really at this point. And that's not a bad thing. That's not me trying to knock Sony and say that they're evil or something like that. No. It's just they come out of position of strength. As a business, they come in at strength going, yeah, no, we know your game's really popular, but our ecosystem's doing really, 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 really well that not we don't necessarily need you. We're doing really fine on our own, and to pour developers somewhere else while we're making our games or we're making our push isn't in our best interests, right? And I mean, you see it. The games, it shows this year Sony has puked out game after game after game, and each one being hit after hit after hit. And you have 2018 with games like God of War, games like Spider-Man, games like Detroit, where they have these games that are going to do well for their system, where they're not really in the business of making a deal that is so favorable to the other side. So with that said, I still think that this is a strength towards Microsoft, and I do think Microsoft should take a more extended deal with PlayerUnknown, with Bluehole, because to me, the longer you have this game out, then the more people come and see if your console in this game is worth all the rage. And once you get people onto your console, maybe you could sell them on your ecosystem. So I think that it's in the best interest if Microsoft tries to make this an exclusive for as long as possible. So with that said, I want to know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Do you think this is good news for Microsoft? Do you think this is bad news for Microsoft? Are you going to be playing PUBG on the Xbox One? Or because of this news, are you going to wait for the PlayStation version? Let me know in the comment section down below. There is no wrong answer. I know for me personally, I'm excited. I'm going to be buying this on the Xbox One. I can't wait to play it. I have both consoles, so it's a win-win for me. I get to experience something really fun this holiday season, so cool beans. With that said, hard edit. I forgot to mention this, guys. If you like news, rants, reviews, impressions, unboxings, here at Bad Big Games, we talk about all things games, whether that's PlayStation, Xbox, Nintendo, PC. We talk all things games because we love all things games. So please subscribe. It helps me out, shows me that you care. And with all that said and all that out of the way, keep your wits about you. Tomorrow's my birthday, so maybe write happy birthday, Joe. And I'm sorry about this hard edit and the air conditioner in the back. It's like 90 degrees in this room. It's unbearable.